of the Women's U.S. Open on October 14th. We have Liz Jonhnson going against Missy Bellinder. Jonhnson was strong in her first game. Bellinder upset the defending champion, Kelly Kulik. First shot, left-hand lane. Liz has been right on, Marshall.
She has. She hasn't made a bad shot in the entire first game. She's keeping her speed up. And when she doesn't strike, she gets 9. And when she doesn't get 9, she gets 10.
And joining us in the booth is our wonderful Deandra Aspady. And Deandra, that was a pretty good shot.
It was an excellent shot, and it's an honor to be here between two legends. I can't even believe it. Thanks for having me.
Well, you know Missy pretty well. What is her strongest point in her game, if you pick one point?
She's a fighter. You know, she comes off very sweet, and she's a very sweet girl, and she loves the game, but she's got a lot of fight in her.
You know, she fought back from an open start in her last match, and she throws 2 opens, and Bo, you made comment about this. She was smiling.
Yes. Good first shot there. Solid 10. Switches to her pretty pink ball, as she likes to call it, and she's been really sharp with her spare making.
Hang on.
Equipment is very important in bowling, and Missy Bellinder tells us what's in her bowling bag.
Today I'm going to start with the Fury Pearl, and then if I need something that hooks a little sooner, I'm going to go to the Scorching Inferno. And if I need the ball to get cleaner through the heads, go a little straighter, I'm going to go to the Sidewinder. And of course, the pretty pink spare ball.
I like that, and she's decided, I think that's the Fury ball, isn't it, Marshall?
It is.
Thank you, Deandra. I wasn't sure, and you were, so I appreciate your help. Jonhnson going for the early double. She pulled that ball a little bit, but boy, she threw it 100 miles an hour, and she gets a great break.
That was an excellent break.
She really threw that ball hard. Let's take a look at this shot, Bo, and it's right off her hand. It's gone left, but she had such great ball speed. It held the pocket. Then she got a real friendly trip with a 4. Little help with the 9. Thank you for the double. I've got a 10-pin lead.
What is in Liz's bag? Because we all want to know after she gets strikes like that.
Today I'm going to start with my Storm Agent. If I need something a little earlier, I'm going to go to my Surefire. And earlier than that is a T-Road Solid. It's going to be a little bit earlier with a little even arc.
Well, she's been sharp on both matches so far. Boy, she likes this lane, and once again trips that ball.
You know, she gets away with turning it a little bit early thanks to that ball speed that she has. Because both those last 2 shots were not her best.
I agree. But
they're strikes.
They're strikes. Line drives in the old scorebook.
100% is 100%. Doesn't matter what they look like.
I never cared when I got a good break.
The Collegiate Bowler of the Year at Cal State Fullerton, Missy Bellinder.
That's got a whole pocket. It did. That was left, and it really held great. You know, Missy's father, Frank, pretty good bowler in his own right, finished second in the 1996 Senior Masters. So
what's really impressive with Missy, in 2003, she was actually the MVP in the men's division at the Intercollegiate Team Championships. Now, that's impressive.
God, that is.
She can even the match right here, 4th frame. She's working on a double. Jonhnson hasn't missed yet.
And looking for the same break that Jonhnson got in the last 2 shots. All she gets is just a friendly kick of the 4-pin, but the 9-pin stands, and she has an 11-pin deficit.
If she makes this, she'll trail by 11, but we saw how she came back in that first match, so she shouldn't be worried. You know, it's different tracks for different horses, and she really comes from behind very well.
Well, she could write a book, Smiling Through Frustration, you know?
You know, Liz Jonhnson bowls most like the all-time Women's U.S. Open champion, Marion Ladowig. Marion is still alive today, living in Michigan, and I got to bowl her when I was a very young man, in 1956, and she was down and in with a lot of ball speed and wrist action, just like Liz.
And I bet she won a lot.
How about 8 times?
Now, there's the first shot that really didn't hit the pocket.
But sounds like it didn't get off her hand very well.
Right, it wasn't clean off her hand, and it comes in light. But that the bucket's there, and now it's gone, and it's just a 5-pin, so shouldn't be any problem to pick this up. She'll keep a 10-pin lead, but
well, that's a huge break. I mean, the bucket compared to 5-pin, you know, people don't look at that, but you as a player know that, wow, what a terrific break. I could get it open here and be trailing. Plus, she gets a second shot at the pocket. If she doesn't like where she was bowling right there, she's got another shot at the pocket.
Yeah, that's a good point, Bo. Well, you know that this tournament was 32 games on 4 different PBA experience conditions, and you had to hang in there because you never know when something's going to come up that's going to fit you.
Push.
And she's very familiar with these patterns, bowling on the tour with the men week in, week out.
Yeah, you're right there, Deandra. She bowls with the men all the time, and it sure has made her a lot sharper. But I'm surprised that she's been going high on the left-hand lane, Marshall, and I thought she'd just go with the bullet ball. She can amp it up another mile an hour and make it set up.
Well, I think, you know, we saw earlier where someone went light on one lane and then made the adjustment on the other lane. It's an easy thing to do.
Cross lane 3-6. Got to watch the chop. Oh. Wow, what a bad break. She goes from 8 pins ahead to 3 pins behind. We'll be back as we step aside for a moment in a special moment from the U.S. Women's Open history.